Good morning, and it's a happy Sunday. I'm Dr. Bankim Jani, and today we'll be talking something which is very important for the parents. Yeah. That's the reason, say, it has been mentioned that parents are specially invited. What really happens is that during your MBBS journey, during your medical journey, I always say that it is like a marathon. It's like a marathon. It is not a sprint. So it's a long, long way to go. And that's where the association of everyone, the support of everyone is so vital. What we really want is the success at the end. Hello, I'm Dr. Bankim Jani, and I am a consultant radiologist. Along with, I am into IT, I'm a photographer and a marathon runner, right? In This is our third session, and in the first session, I showed you all my medals also. So we won't be discussing those things today because today we'll be focusing purely on what exactly is needed when you are planning to go for medical from the perspective of student, from the perspective of parents, right? Very clear. Well, this is like a series. We'll be meeting every Sunday, same time, and our entire say idea or our entire intention would be that not a single doubt should be left out. So that's the reason that you'll be watching a number which is on the screen, and that number which you can always call up and for the personal counseling. At the same time, you can give the questions. Those questions would reach to me, and I'll be covering those questions as in as they appear. Okay. Well, this is like a series which we are conducting for your ease, for your convenience, along with in association with VMAP. VMAP is Vishwa Medical Admission Point, right? So from this point onwards, I'll be telling just VMAP. So VMAP, we are very keen for your success, right? We are very keen for your success. Last year, we conducted several training sessions, multiple training sessions on anatomy, physiology, right? All those sessions they were conducted, the training sessions purely for the new medical admissions, because these are the foundation, these are the basics, most important topics in the first year MBBS, right? And still those sessions they are available at my channel, so you can always have a look at it and will help you a lot. Today we'll be talking about, as I discussed, that what is needed from the parent side. Right? It has got absolutely nothing to do with any of the marketing thing. What we are about to discuss is something which is so vital because every parent is very much interested in the success of his or her kid. True. But then along with the expectations, there are few responsibilities. And say I'll not be speaking bad about anyone, but it happens that at times we do those mistakes. Knowingly, unknowingly, those things occur. So we'll be discussing only 5 key points, and these 5 key points will make a huge difference in the life of that student as well as the parent. Well, why these 5 key points which I'm about to say? Seriously, deciphered from thousands of emails which I receive, and many a times students they have opened their heart that this is the problem which we are facing from our parents, this is the problem which we are facing from our teachers, this is the problem which we are facing from our friends. You'll be surprised if you really see those mails. They have opened their heart to that extent that even they have discussed the most personal thing in that email. And I really appreciate those students. Many times I get emails from the parents also. So that's why today's session, right, in which we'll be discussing only 5 points, just 5 points. Trust me, these 5 points will play a major role, a very major role in the success of the kid. Well, if I just summarize that what exactly we'll be doing every week, well, every week, the first session, which is on Wednesday, right? It is on Wednesday. Every week we shall be meeting. On Wednesday, it is at 8 p.m. night, right? 8 p.m. And on this day, we discuss about national exit test, right? This is the test which is important if someone wants to do medical practice in India after doing MBBS from abroad, right? So as your son, your daughter, they are doing MBBS from abroad, right? So then they have to appear for this particular test. In case if you have missed, again, this Wednesday, we'll be discussing not only this exam, but also the questions asked from your side pertaining to this national exit. Yesterday, that is every Saturday, we shall meet. Yesterday also, we met at 8 p.m. and we talked about USMLE, United States Medical Licensing Examination. That in case if anyone wants to practice in US or Canada, so then what are the prerequisites? What are the requirements? What exactly is to be done? What is the registration process? What is FAMR number? All those things along with the financials, right? Things were discussed at length. There are even more exams also, right? There are more exams like MCCEE, MCCQ, then we have got PLAB. Next week, we'll be discussing even those exams. What I have really tried is that in one particular session, I'll be focusing on one exam only so that it can be properly justified. We can actually say we could have discussed all the exams in one session, but then it becomes like a khichdi, right? Not interested in that, right? Let's be very clear what we talk about. But every Sunday, this is like as if I'm talking to you one to one. During my entire career, I've trained more than 10,000 students, right? And more than 25 plus years of teaching experience. So thousands and thousands of students, they are in touch with me and across most of the countries, right? Some of them, they have become like a national hero, right? They are to that level. So that's why whatever I'll be discussing today, right? Don't take it on as if I'm trying to insult anyone. You might feel that yes, this is something which is happening in my house. Try to avoid, right? So let's start with our today's discussion. Only 5 things, just 5 things. And these things, trust me, students have said this, that it is happening, right? First thing, never, no comparison, right? No comparison. Never ever compare your kid with anyone or yourself, right? So no comparison with yourself. Well, first I'll take this point, right? It happens, right? It happens. We used to say, अरे जब हम तुम्हारे जितने थे तो हम ये थे. We used to do this, we used to do that, right? We say that. Let's say if my son or my daughter is not good in maths, so we say, अरे maths is so important, right? I am so good in maths. Yeah, it happens. It happens. But remember one thing. Students, they are never at fault. The fault lies with the teacher. Yeah, this is a very big statement. But I always say, being a teacher for over 25 years, I always say that if my student is not knowing anything, it's not his or her fault, it's my fault. Exactly the same way, when we start comparing, it decreases their motivation. Right? We might feel like that by giving my own example, I'm motivating them. No, no. It has to be handled very tactfully. The thing is, we want to keep their motivation level very high. Because how can you really compare that particular person, right, who is just understanding the new subjects, and at times it happens like they are easily distracted, right? Now, if we go back few years, so then even we were also getting distracted, True. So same thing is true even for our kids. So this is in a very honest way, I'm telling, no comparison with yourself. That at this age we were doing that and we were doing that. No, everything revolves around the circumstances, right? Revolves around circumstances. So yeah, at that point, if I say that yes, I was getting 50 rupees per month, 50 rupees per month when I was doing my MBBS for the monthly expenditure on myself. So that's okay. Means it was at that point. Yes, did the job. Yes, did the job. But then will it be like that even the next generation has to do the job? No. We try to give them all the comforts, but give this comfort by not comparing with yourself. And second, never compare with others' kids. That देखो पड़ोसी का लड़का तो ये इतने मार्क्स लेके आया, this that, और चाचा की लड़की, चाचा का लड़का. No, 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 never ever compare. Every person is unique in this world. Every person is unique in this world. So if we keep on comparing, it will actually decrease their creativity. The thing is, say because it's he or she is your kid, so you must be knowing that which are the things in which they are good. But that positive thing is to be enhanced. It is to be taken care of. They'll progress by themselves. See, it happens like sometimes few kids, they are very sharp, right? They are very sharp, but they are not good in every subject. But when you know that your kid is good in one particular subject, or one this interest in one particular subject is very high, right? Guide them. I always thank my father. What happened is, say in our home, there was no one in the even in the science class. Everyone was from the commerce background. But my father said, no, you become a doctor, right? You become a doctor. He explained to me. Otherwise, my intention was to become a fighter pilot. But then he said, yes, you can go for technology once you become a doctor, but reverse is not true. So go for the medical, learn it, understand it, give your heart and soul for to the subject. So I did my MBBS, DMRA, became radiologist with the super specialty in MRI, right? MRI, that was my dissertation, MRI in lumbar spine. And then I pursued my interest into IT, information technology, in which I acquired 23 degrees, international degrees from Cisco, Sun Microsystems, Microsoft, Novell, and became technical evangelist for Southeast Asia for Novell. Well, that made me understand that we can pursue multiple tracks, multiple fields, if we really give our heart and soul to the subject. Did photography, did painting, right? And still the passion for teaching, that continues, right? And that's why we are here. So never ever compare. Never ever compare with yourself or with other kids. The moment you stop doing this, right? In case if you are doing it, I'm really sorry, but I'm not insulting you, but don't do it. Right? Your kid would be very relaxed, because immediately it is said that till the kid is of 15 years, so yes, you are father, right? You are father or you are mother. But post 18, right? Or post 16, 16, 17 means this is the age. Now you are like a friend. Now you are like a friend. So the moment you'll stop comparing, they'll be more comfortable. Then they will come to you and they'll be explaining their problems, their worries, right? Everything. And that's the environment which is needed. The first thing. The second thing. If I give you one example that if there is no problem of money, right? Don't worry about the money. But what is the best house you would like to build? Right? The best house. Or we say, which is the best car which you want to buy? No problem of money. Now, when this thing happens, the best house or best car, sometimes I talk about, say, to students that if there is no problem in money, which is the best laptop would you like to buy? And then the answers which come. People say that, yes, I'll be going for Apple Mac. Okay, right? But still, there is no limit. What else? Unless and until you know the subject, right? When you know that, okay, it is possible to have 128 GB of RAM, right? It is possible to have 8 terabyte of hard drive with SSD RAID. Unless you know that, yes, it is possible to have 12 GB into 2 graphic display card, right? Until you know that, yes, there is a Xeon processor available, which is available even in the laptop. It is not so that it is available only in servers. That changes the entire concept. This is what is called as the visualization. Visualization. We don't progress because we don't visualize. We need to visualize. And what visualization is? That, yes, you want to become a doctor. What after that? What is the best level you want to achieve in your life? Best level. This is true at any age. Literally, this is true at any age. See, at this stage, I'm learning in detail, in depth about finance. This is what I have started learning. And truly speaking, I learned so many new things. And this is when you feel that, अरे ये तो पहले सीखने की जरूरत थी. Well, everyone cannot learn everything, but it is worth learning. So when I say visualize, even at any age, this thing can be done. The more you see, the more you visualize, the more you feel that, yes, this is what I want to achieve. This is a very simple method to get fantastic success. Very simple method, but very powerful, right? Develop this habit into your kid. Seriously. And then tell them to write. Write every day. Even if you are not doing it, you also start doing. The way it is said that, say, if you want to control your expenses, right? Start writing every day. Start writing every day. Even if you have spent 5 rupees, do write that, okay, this is the 5 rupee and which was spent on this. Those who are, let's say, interested in losing weight loss, right? People do so many things, this tablet and that tablet, and then this diet, that diet, right? Go yoga, go gym, and then also at the end of the month, they say, 500 gram bhi kam nahi hua. Or the efficiency has not increased. All these things, they occur because it is not documented. I'm giving you one of the simplest thing. If you want to go for weight loss, all you do is from today onwards, from right now, whatever you eat, write. Write. Every day, just one page. Just write. It happens when things are in front of you. Right? When things are in front of you, you will see, I'm eating this kachra. Right? No, kal se nahi. This is because it is documented. Documented. When you write, even when you write your dreams, even when you write that, yes, this is what I want to achieve, it remains into your subconscious. It remains in your subconscious, and your subconscious will keep on guiding you for better and better success. That's the reason. Do write. Visualization, will it come in one day? Well, not. When I ask this question, which is the best car you want? the thought process will be like whatever the cars which we have seen. But then when it is said that yes, best car in the world, and now you will start thinking about, and now you will start even exploring and investigating about which are the best cars. That is where you will come across finest of the cars, right? Youngsters, they play that need for speed, etc., so they know good car models. But the idea is that visualization, how powerfully, how effectively, how smartly you can really work on it and think on it. And for success, it is necessary that you write down, you write in depth, right? In depth, right? Initially, it would be difficult. So what I say is that even if you write two lines a day, right? Even if you say, no, I'm very busy, right? Two lines, writing 2 lines won't take even 1 minute. बस बहुत है. Start doing it every day, but every day. You know, the trouble is regularity. Regularity. We are not disciplined. Our brain is hardwired in such a way that we never do anything in discipline. If it is, we take the gym membership, right? Gym membership we have taken. Chalo, annual membership. You pay the money. And then next morning, right? Wake up at 4 o'clock. Chalo, gym, right? New bag, new shoes, right? And exercise done. Back. 6 बजे आके सबको SMS किया, फोन किया, कह रहे बॉस आज जिम गए, ये गए. Everything fine. Day 1. Good. Right? There comes second day. Again, enthusiasm. 4 o'clock. And then back. But then first day, second day, third day. On fourth day, अरे 3 दिन से तो जा रहा हूँ, राइट? आज थोड़ा आराम करते हैं. And a gap is taken. Also the muscles, they were giving bit of pain, etc. So we thought, chalo, let's take a break, right? Break taken and bus khatam. This is the downfall. This is the downfall. Lack of regularity, lack of discipline. Because then, let's say this was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? On Friday, it would like कि आज छोड़ो, weekend से फिर से शुरू करते हैं. Saturday has come. Saturday, no, आज थोड़ा काम है. Sunday, अरे यार Sunday को तो आराम करने दो, and gone. You will find, you go to gym, ask them that out of, let's say if they have got 1,000 members, how many members are there who come regularly? In one of the gym, they have given even that facility that out of 365 days, if you come for 250 days, then your entire membership fees would be waived off. Membership fees that would be returned back to you. You use it free. They put it into their advertisement. Are they crazy? Pagal hai wo log? But yes, they say that out of 1,000, hardly 5%, they come with this regularity. And more than 70%, they haven't visited the gym over 8 months. Imagine they have paid money for the entire year and they are not attending even for 8 months. Few, so they are so great. There are few that they, after paying money, they haven't visited even thrice. Right? This is what really happens. Discipline. This is what is needed if you want to crack any of the exams, because say exams like national exit, right? National exit test. So where I say that you will be, this is like a golden chance where you will be competing with the students once again, because say in the 12th standard, after giving your NEET, right, you were in competition with all the students in India. This is the second chance. It's not so that if your kid has done MBBS from abroad, he has lost the game, it's end of the life. No, over here, whether it's like an Indian student means Indian student who has passed from India, or international medical graduate, IMGs means international medical graduate, everyone has to appear for this exam. And that's where it is said that discipline is needed. Because now gone are the days when they say कि चलो रट्टा मारा और पास हो गए. Yeah, people are there, right? People are there. They say कि चलो after final MBBS वो पढ़ लेंगे 3 महीना. They try to cram few questions and then they pass out. But what if when the patient, real patient, comes in front of them? Sorry to say, but many of them, they don't even know how to read an ECG. They really don't know how to read a simple X-ray chest. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It's a harsh fact. So then why not to study right from the beginning, right? Complete discipline. So this discipline, it comes from your mind. So if you train yourself, if you train your kid that चलो write every day, रोज कुछ ना कुछ, एक पेज तो एक पेज, दो लाइन तो दो लाइन, gradually this will prepare their brain that whatever you do, it has to be done with utmost regularity. Bas. Once your brain understands this, it will be putting its regularity in everything you do or everything they do. Right? This is what is called as the conditioning. Right? This is what is called as the conditioning of brain. Conditioning of brain. Conditioning of brain is vital. I tell you the example of marathon. This would also be one of the important aspect where you should keep your kid very fit, that their fitness level should be very high. I have run more than 112 marathons. More than 112 medals are there, right? I'll show you the picture also later on. But the idea is when you are running 42 kilometers race, right? 42 kilometers. Few of my races, they were over 100 plus kilometers, right? And recently I ran 260 kilometers race, 60 kilometers, right? There were two races. So back to back. This is that race. These are that races where your physical fitness is fine. That is one thing, but at the same time, your mental fitness. Because see, after running 30, 32 kilometer, you start having pain, you feel so exhausted and you are watching that others are overtaking you. But the idea is to finish. And that's why in marathon, everyone supports it. Yes, that feeling, yes, come on, right? You are doing, come on, good, great, go ahead, go ahead. And then gradually, one by one, you keep on finishing those kilometers and you reach to the finish line. Those medical is exactly like that. Medical is exactly like that. It is gradually one by one subject you are picking up, you are studying and you are proceeding further. Yes, there are 19 subjects, right? And all those subjects, they are to be remembered very properly because in exam they can ask you anything. But yes, medical is tough, but the rewards are so good. Rewards are so good. I say this, that yes, this is your life in the early stages of your life, right? When you are student, whatever you are doing, whatever the efforts which you are putting, उसको कहते हैं मेहनत. And in the late stage of life, right, if this time is wasted, तो then यहाँ पे जो काम करना पड़ता है, that is called as the मजदूरी. It hurts your heart, right? When we feel like अरे यार मुझे chance नहीं मिला पढ़ने का, right? Or something wrong happened and couldn't succeed. Boss, this is the thing. This is the feeling, this is the experience, this is the guidance which we need to give to our kids. Many times in the morning, I go for my running at 4:30 in the morning. Invariably, sharp at 4 o'clock, I am awake, right? Whether it is rain or it is summer, winter, anything, right? No exception. At 4:30, I am on the grounds and I run. But then when I return, many times I see those kids, right? They are sitting on bike or they are sitting in front, in outside the college, wasting their time. I see them on this pan ke galle pe, right, smoking, etc. Now that's so harmful, but simply because they were not given the guidance. If you tell me someone is smoking, I tell them कि चलो मेरे साथ, come to BJ Medical College, right? I'll show you the smoker's lung, and when they see those lungs, they will never dare to touch the cigarette. But yeah, it happens, right? Why it is happening in such an early stage? Because frustration, right? There is so much of frustration. There is lack of guidance, and they feel like that there is so much of competition. Whenever there is stress, so all these things, they are giving stress. Whenever there is stress, they will start getting distracted to all the evils, right? They'll smoke, there'll be alcohol, and whatnot. Stress is a major killer. So these things, when you start writing, so even one negative thought process, that also when you write, next day when you read it, right, you feel कि अरे यार, I was thinking like this, मैं ऐसा सोच रहा था, right? Because now you got the solution. This is why I say that even in my lectures also, any problem, send a mail to me. People get suicidal thoughts. Why? Right? They get suicidal thoughts because that is where they feel like that their life has got no meaning. But retrospectively, when you explain them, they find that nahi yaar, I am important, I am associated, I am linked with my parents, my brothers, my sister, right? Life is not that faltu. So all these things boiling down to one simple thing, and that is write, write every day. Gradually, say you will be writing more and more, right? And by writing, you are expressing. And when you express, so then your heart feels very good. So now your heart, with a happy heart, you are ready to learn new things, right? So a very simple tip, but you implement it. And say, whatever I am telling you, like, it's like we are meeting for the first time. I'm just telling, trust me for 3 days. 3 days, not more. Whatever I am telling, just follow it for 3 days. After 3 days, if you feel like, nahi, ye bahut kaam ki tip nahi thi, don't do it, right? Don't do it. But within 3 days, which is 72 hours, it is called as the magical phase for human body. You do it for 3 days, you'll find that yes, it will start making changes into your life. Just 3 days of discipline. Not much. And I'm not telling that you gave me 10 hours a day. I'm just telling you not even 10 minutes. It's not even 10 minutes, just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, but do it every day, right? So this is the second thing which I wanted to tell you. So first thing where we said that comparison, no, right? So no comparison. And second is the visualize. Teach them how to visualize. For that, easy method, instead of going for all those rocket science things, easy method, write. Start writing, right? Every day. Every day. Moving on to the third important point. Now, this third important point, that would be very interesting. Just tell them, don't give up. Again, from my own example, from my own experience. In one of the Microsoft exam, right, when I did my medical and then I was doing my IT, in one of the exam of Microsoft exam, I failed. I failed by 1 mark. Right? I failed by just 1 mark. Now, things were pretty expensive. right? We were not having that much money, and this exam costed almost, say, 1200 rupees. Now, at that time, so even 1200 rupees was a big thing. So I was very sad. I came to my father. I went to my father and I told him that I failed by 1 marks. My father said, "That's okay. You failed by 1 marks. What's the reason behind it? Why you failed?" He said that instead of going into depression, that अरे ऐसा हो गया वैसा हो गया, nothing, that's okay, whatever has happened, it cannot be undone, right? It cannot be undone. You have not passed, fine. Is this the end of the world? Is it the point that now you want to leave the IT? I said no. He said, okay, fine, so then don't regret. Every step is a learning lesson. That's why it is said that when you pass, it is good, and if not, you learn. There is nothing like failure. Because even if you're not cleared the exam, you learn so much. Because inside the heart, you know that yes, this is something which I'm not knowing. Right? And that realization comes only during exam. So that gave me a completely new perspective. I investigated. I started figuring out that where I went wrong. And to my biggest surprise, that was a huge blunder, because for this exam of Microsoft, it was for Exchange server. Exchange server is that server which is used for emails. There were 2 books, and I was having only 1 book. Second book was completely untouched. I was not even having that book. This was a shocker, because out of sheer enthusiasm, I finished this first book very effectively, but that second book I missed. Went to the store, purchased the book, and appeared in this exam after 1 month. And then the score was 93%. So why I'm telling is that when we say don't give up is, there are few subjects where students feel the pressure, right? They are so lengthy. Say for example, anatomy, pretty lengthy, right? And then there are so many subdivisions. Pathology, right? Very lengthy subjects. Surgery, medicine, right? Very lengthy subjects. This is the where our kids, they need our support. They need our support. And that support is not like that you need to know the subject, but just give them mental support. Right? Even if our kids, they just express themselves, okay, this is where they are finding it difficult. Let them express, hear them. Solution तो खुद ढूंढ निकालेंगे वो लोग. But at times there is like a block. At times it is like the way it happened with me. Right? When I failed, when I couldn't pass that exam, I was sitting on the staircase for almost 2 hours. That what would I tell to my father that I haven't cleared this exam? He has spent so much of money, right? So tell those kids to express. Tell those kids that yes, you keep on telling me whether you are successful or not, it really doesn't matter. You are like my son or you are like my daughter. So then you need to tell me everything. It will make a huge difference, right? So the attitude of never giving up, it's not only just to tell that don't give up, don't give up. No, it is not only that much, it is giving them the real support, real support. Right? This is the third thing which I wanted to say. Now this fourth thing is what would require some time. And that is know their subjects. Know their subjects. So when even when they take admission in medical college, so this is like first year. Even for your knowledge also, it would be a great thing. So anatomy, right? This is just I'm giving the example. Anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, So these are the subjects which are part and parcel of the first year MBBS. When you start learning about this, right? By learning, what I mean to say is just knowing that what these subjects are. I'm not telling that you go for that okay, this is brachioradialis or this is trapezius muscle and what is the nerve supply and blood supply. No, that is not needed. But at least you should know that which are the subjects, what is the current subject which your kid is learning, right? As he moves from first year to second year to third year. So this will also give you the understanding that what should I plan. Say for example, in case of USMLE, right, United States Medical Licensing Examination, if someone wants to appear. So this thing, it's not so that one can appear only after completion of their MBBS. One can appear even after their second year MBBS, right? So that step one can be cleared. This is like step one of USMLE. It can be cleared because there are two important part. One is the pharmacology and second is the physiology, which is comprising of almost 40 to 50%. 50% of the whole paper. Not physio, I'm sorry, this is pathology. Now it's okay. Pathology, right? So this way, you can even interact properly. And plus, there is no harm in knowing that where the world is going and how the rules are getting changed, right? And knowing newer and better things. It's always a plus thing. In fact, you stay young when you keep on learning, right? You always stay young when you are learning. Very important, even from the brain aspect. Otherwise, if we don't utilize our brain, it starts getting atrophied, right? Seriously. So this is where we need to know their subjects. Fifth, now in this fifth part, so we talked about that we don't compare, right? We don't say give up, or when we give them the art of visualization, we tell them to write every day, right? They should, and you should know their subjects. Apart from finance, right? Yes, finance also is something what you have to manage. But this fifth part is that where you teach them something. What exactly I mean by this? That you teach them something, you teach to your own son or daughter. What would you teach? That's you, right? And think it like this one is your son or daughter, right? If you keep on telling them that हम थे तो हम ऐसा करते थे, हम थे तो हम वैसा करते थे, instead of that, you have got lots and lots of experience of life, right? Experience of life. Why don't you share something in the form of skill? Now, what I mean to say is, my father was in bank, right? My father was in bank. So one day, he gave me those 1 rupee notes bundle. He said, chalo, start calculating. कितने हैं? So then, so as a kid, to 1, 2, 3, right? Started counting. He said, no, not this way. He actually taught me the correct way how to handle the note and then how to count fast. Now that was like a game. Right? Today also, whenever I count currency notes, I remember my father that he taught me how to calculate, how to count those notes, how your fingers should move. Because when you know how the fingers should move, actually, our hand is one of the most complex part of the body. Because see, It can pick up a rose, it can give a punch, right? So all these things in medical, as you'll study, you'll find that the hand is controlled so intricately with the from the by the brain. So this is like one skill. So same way, you must also be knowing so many skill sets. You must be knowing so many things, right? Teach them. At times it looks like it is so simple, right? It is so simple. I came across few medical students when I asked them that बेटा चाय बनानी आती है, तो they say कि no, हमने तो कभी सीखा ही नहीं. Now that's bad, right? Some things, because as they go abroad, they need to, at times they need to cook their food. Now food is available, right? It is provided, but the pleasure of cooking by yourself, that is what they should feel. Say for example, if you know that their painting skills are good, tell them to paint, right? If you find them that their music skills, they want to play music, sing or play, yes, give them the support. All these things, this is where their brain activity that would rise, and that will make all the difference. It will make a huge difference, right? So these are the 5 things which I wanted to share with every parent. Just put them into implementation. If not all those 5 things, at least 1 or 2, try to do that. Especially when I say that, see, comparison can be stopped immediately, right? This comparison, it can be stopped immediately. This is easy to do, right? Yes, it would be very tempting कि चलो ऐसा कुछ बोलते हैं, right? वो पड़ोसी का लड़का कितने मार्क्स लेके आया. No, don't do that. And second, this visualization in the form of writing, this can be started even from today. Whether, well, this third thing, don't give up. Well, don't give up, that thing is something which is to be kept in mind, right? So whenever you feel like, this will make you understand that I need to watch my son or daughter, that how is their mood, how are they performing, right? You don't have to say every day that come on, don't give up, just observe. But this will give you that understanding that I need to observe my kid, right? So this is one. Similarly, know their subject. This is sort of self-learning, right? Self-learning. And my father, so there is a book called Gray's Anatomy, right? This thick book of anatomy. My father used to watch that entire book. Now it is full of figures. So then he would say, Acha, this is what? Then I said, Acha, Dad, this is the bone, right? This is the bone of arm. So he said, Acha, very good, right? So then he'll say, okay, then what are the name of the bones over here? Now it was a sort of a very pleasurable experience, very happy experience. And I used to teach my father, Acha, Dad, this is this bone, this is this bone, this is this bone, right? This is radius, this is ulna, this is humerus, and see, there are 8 small bones over here. Chalo, I teach you, right? Now, obviously, when I was explaining those things, my father used to give me 10-15 minutes. But in those 10-15 minutes, right, I used to get so much motivated that made the big difference, right? So, bus, as a kid, if you ask me, yes, this is what is needed. As a parent, if you ask me, if this much is given, they'll be very happy, right? So know their subjects. This is like a self-learning. We don't have to tell anyone. Silently, just see, just learn. And this is, you teach them something, this is super. Still, I regret that there were so many things which I was supposed to learn from my father. But unfortunately, he passed away in HCC, hepatocellular carcinoma, cancer of liver. But yes, his mastery, because he was AGM bank, Dena Bank. So his mastery in the financial skills, they were amazing, right? So I still regret that I was unable to learn those skills from him. So whatever the things which you feel like that I need to teach my kid, right? Teach them in a way as if it is a game and not something in a very heavy way, right? So that's what I wanted to share. We shall meet once again next Sunday also. Say the numbers which are given over here, right? The number which is given over here, that is for personal counseling. So that number you can always approach, right? And for any of the questions also, any of the question, you can just drop those questions even by WhatsApp, or you can call. And once again, Wednesday, Saturday, this is where we'll be talking about competitive exams, right? Competitive exams, competitive medical exams. So this Wednesday, once again, we shall be talking in depth about National Exit Test. And this Wednesday, we'll also be talking about PLAB, the exam which is important exam if someone wants to practice in UK. Saturday would be the day for USMLA because this is a long exam. It has got so many rules and it is important to understand it very properly. And next Sunday, once again, at 11 a.m., we shall be meeting again. Right? This is where we are meeting at 8 p.m. This is on Sunday. It is the happy Sunday, happy morning, right? At 11 a.m. Number is already there on the screen, right? So this is what I wanted to talk about. So thank you so much and see you very soon, right? Do let me know your questions and next time we'll take all those questions into our session. All right. Thank you and take care. Happy Sunday. Bye-bye.